Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Deadpool issue 45, written by Christopher Priest. And I really loved Priest's run on the Deadpool series in general. Like what he did on Black Panther was freaking epic. But with Deadpool, he was like really able to lean into the Deadpool craziness and the antics, take things up to 11, and give us a couple of really good stories. Here we have Wade going up against his ex-girlfriend. I was gonna say Black Cat. No, Copycat. There we go. And I just had a blast rereading this. It's like a breath of fresh air. So prior to this, Deadpool actually had rented this luxury apartment, and he couldn't pay for the rent. And it's really funny because the apartment has like super tacky decorations. It used to belong to Doctor Octopus. There's this Doc statue in the middle of the apartment, and so he takes in two roommates who are Constrictor and Titanium. And obviously, Deadpool's a total asshole to his roommates during the whole time they're living together. Especially, he loves to pick on Constrictor. He's sort of like an easy target. And what happened immediately before this, we had the whole story arc where Killmonger had become the new Black Panther. He wanted to join the Avengers, and during this whole situation, that because the Avengers didn't want this guy, Deadpool gets sucked in. He ends up in Wakanda fighting against Killmonger. It's a story written by Christopher Priest. It's really good. And it actually has a really good conclusion because Deadpool and Killmonger realize that they both want to be seen as superheroes and seek validation that way. And they realize that they do things in such a way that they're viewed as full-on villains. So that's actually a really interesting angle he went for there. But Deadpool, after that conflict, he comes back to the United States, but his two roommates who had ended up going with him there too are trapped in Wakanda. So we have them both there. And Constrictor discovers that Titania is not Titania, it's Copycat. She morphs, he's able to escape. And it's super cool when you see this moment, you're reading that whole time that they're together, living together as roommates, is what the hell is Copycat doing? What are her end goals? So, because obviously she's a character that has a lot of history with Deadpool, and also Deadpool's ex-girlfriend. So, I remember when I saw this for the first time, I was freaking intrigued. So Deadpool's back at his apartment. He's making pork chops in the toaster. That's so freaking gross. His real estate agent arrives, and Deadpool immediately attacks the agent. He knows she's Copycat. And we discovered actually Copycat was contracted by the Wizard. There's a really good one issue story arc where Deadpool joins the Frightful Four and then makes things miserable for the Wizard. So the Wizard really hates Deadpool, wants to get him killed or taken out once and for all. So he's the one that contracts Copycat, and also Taskmaster too. They're both paying Copycat independently to take him down. And it's freaking hilarious, the dialogues here, because Deadpool is like, I know you're not doing this for the money. I know you still have feelings for me, and you're still hurt because I left you, even though I had cancer. And Copycat's like, no, I just need the money. He said, why were you here all this time? It's like, I know you have a stash of money, and I wanted to get my hands on your account number, and that's why I just sort of stuck around all this time. And they keep going back and forth with this till there's one moment where Deadpool realizes, oh shit, she just only wants the money. There's nothing between us. So Deadpool gets furious over the situation and actually writes the account code and the account number and the code to get in. He writes it on her face with the knife. It's freaking brutal. He's like, take the money, I don't care. He's like, since you don't love me anymore, go back to Weapon X with Kane. And the whole house explodes and everything just goes to hell. And it just sort of ends the Christopher Priest era. But it's just so freaking funny. And Deadpool is like really heartbroken over this whole situation that Copycat doesn't love him anymore. And it's just real fun. And I really, because I'm missing a ton of these issues from the Christopher Priest era. Actually, I was moving and a dude, one of the movers, stole all my Deadpool comics from this phase. So I have to find like a compilation issue that has all these, the Christopher Priest era. So I can go back and reread the whole thing. Like I have one or two issues around. And that son of a bitch stole those comic books, stole a bunch of X-Men comic books, and stole my whole Beatles collection that I have every single album on original CDs, they're all gone. So that's a real shame. But that aside, this was a real fun comic book. You know, I don't do videos for the views by no means. I just do this because I want to share them. But like the Deadpool videos do terribly. No one watches them. And it's a real shame because there's some really good phases for Deadpool. So hope you guys like this video. See you guys next time. Bye.